Hey guys, it's Angel here. Well, first, I'm so sorry for not being uploading as much or actually at all these past couple of months. Maybe you remember from my very first vlog that this year didn't actually start out pretty well. And truth be told, it hasn't actually continued very well either. The only positive thing besides my family is that my younger sister actually got married this past weekend, and that's something I've been waiting for a very long time, believe it or not, but that's the truth. Otherwise, we have had some family crisis that we've been dealing with, and one of my best friends passed away just a little more than a month ago, and that took me pretty hard. So, well, that's pretty much it. Oh, and another pretty stupid thing is that my plans to become a nail therapist is pretty much out the window, since it turns out that I'm allergic to some of the products that's being used in this line of work. So that's a bummer. And well, so that's where I am right now. From 0 back to 0. Well, I'm not going to let you down though. I'm still here with my cup of coffee. This time it's a cappuccino actually, and my plate of ballerina cookies. Delicious, don't they? Don't they look really delicious? They are. Well, I think when I look back that I don't think I really properly explained the phenomenon Fika. So that's what I thought that I should do today. Fika is mostly a way to socialize for a Swede, because we Swedes are pretty shy as a people. We don't walk up to a stranger on the street or in a library or cafe or wherever and just start speaking. We don't even knock on the neighbors' doors to just get to know them. That's the way we are. So Fika is a way to socialize, to get to know other people. So that's why it's so important to us. So the next thing is that we love our coffee. So we always uses Fika as an excuse to drink coffee. Yeah. And of course, who could resist a nice cookie or a pastry I mean, you get it, right? Who can resist? You always need the excuse to eat something sweet. And trust me, there's always an excuse to go fika. Whether it's socializing or work related, you can work while you fika. You can you could do arts and crafts at the same time. Trust me. I do that all the time. And if you don't want a cookie or a pastry or a sandwich or anything to eat, you could fika with only a cup of coffee or tea or whatever beverage you like. We actually have a name for that. If you only take a cup of coffee or tea, we call that slätkopp in Swedish, and that means a smooth cup, pretty much. And that means only the beverage, nothing on the side. But hey, why would you want a smooth cup when you can have a pastry or a cookie? So, yesterday we celebrated something in Sweden. One of our biggest holidays, actually, called Midsommarafton, and that's Midsummer's Eve in English. And that's what we do the longest day of the year, always on a Friday, of course, so that you could, if you like to drink, you could, and you're actually encouraged to have schnapps, or as we call it, nubbe, and that's pretty much vodka in a shot glass, together with our traditional Midsummer's Eve's food, which consists of fresh potatoes. It's those small potatoes that, you couldn't do it pretty much anything other than boil it. We eat those, and we eat herring, and mostly pickled herring, and sour cream, and of course some chives. That's what we eat on Midsummer's Eve, and with it we drink nubbe, or this vodka. And then we dance around the maypole, which is pretty much a huge pole covered with leaves and flowers. Sometimes they look like a cross with 2 rings on the sides, like that one over there, up in the corner there. And we dance around it to Swedish folk music, and we look pretty ridiculous, but we love it. We have fun. We have tons of fun. We have flowers in the hair while doing it, and yeah, that's what we do. We celebrate the longest day of the year. Since we are a country up in the north, we don't have that much of sun here, so we celebrate it. That's the best thing, to celebrate. Celebrate life, celebrate the light. And actually, from the beginning, Midsummer's Eve were it's a heathen holiday in Sweden, and it's a fertility holiday or celebration. Where from the beginning you actually sacrificed to the gods so that you could have good, what do you call it? So that the crops would be, we would have good crops, and also we sacrificed to the gods to have prosperity and fertility even amongst women, so that you could probably guess the rest, but also good crops and good a lot of offspring among the cattle and livestock you hold. And that's pretty much it. And of course, the light. It's always good with light. So that's what it comes from, and that's pretty much it. And yesterday we actually had celebrated Midsummer's Eve out in the countryside. Everyone does that, pretty much, because of the greenery and flowers and just the beautiful nature. And I'm just rambling here. I'm sorry about that. And also, I'm sorry if you think that I apologize too much, because, I'm a Swede. That's what we do. We are very politically correct people overall. We don't want to offend anyone. So maybe that's why we are the way we are. And it all comes down to what we call jantelagen, and that's an unwritten rule or set of rules that tells you, or that teaches you rather, that you are not good enough. You shouldn't even believe you're good enough, or that you're somebody. You shouldn't boast. You shouldn't yada yada yada. And that pretty much it tells you and teaches you that you're worthless. Yeah. And maybe that's why we are as shy as we are, because we grew up this way. And that's pretty well, not good. And some of us in the younger generations, like younger than 40, we believe that those unwritten rules are bad. We should actually try to think more of ourselves than what the older generations teaches us. We should be allowed to show the world what we are good at. Don't you think that's what we should do? Well, I believe so. I know that I encourage my children to continue doing what they are good at, what they like to do. Like my oldest daughter, she's an amazing artist. She draws. She actually has a channel here on YouTube, and she actually has 2 of her speed paintings on there, and yeah, when I find out how to link someone's YouTube page, I will do that. But for now, since I'm very new to this YouTube world, I actually don't know how to do that. So I'm sorry. But when I do, I promise you I will link her in the description. And I will let you know when. And also to my husband's channel, I will, I think I talked about his channel, didn't I? I don't remember. Yeah, I think I did. A couple of videos ago, I actually talked about his music. And he's actually also on here on YouTube. And well, let's see, I'm running out of time on my phone. I don't have much space left. So I'll see you later. Bye.